Hi everybody, Bob with Knives Town here. Taking a look today at a knife by Spyderco. This is the Spyderco Military. This knife, designed by Sal Glesser, was designed in response to the question, what knife would you want your son or daughter to be carrying if they were to go into the service? And so this knife is the answer to that question. It's a good looking knife, that's for sure. And it's got that familiar Spyderco look to it. Technical specs here. A 4-inch blade. It is made of the S30V powdered steel. That's a premium steel, specifically designed for the cutlery industry. Like I say, it's a powder steel, so you're working with a finely granulated product that's been compressed together under heat and pressure to make a very uniform a blade of steel with a very uniform structure. In fact, I've got a microscopic cross section here to give you an example. This here is a microscopic view of S30V steel, and then this is 440C. And you can see the dispersion of the alloys in those two steels, and you can see how this is a much more uniform microstructure than what a normal steel like say 440C would have, or really any steel would look more like this. But this is how the structure of powder steel looks. So that's it's got a good advantage there, just down to the very elemental level. It has a 4.5 millimeter thick blade, distal tapered, and flat ground. The overall length is 9.5 inches, and the weight is 4.2 ounces. The handle is made of G10, and it does have a fine texturing on it there. You can see that it does have it's finely checkered G10 handle. And it's a big handle too. This is a full-size knife. That's a full-size knife there, with plenty of grip area on the handle there. You can see that it's plenty large enough for my hand. And of course the blade has all of the familiar Spyderco advantages with the thumb hole, the one-handed thumb hole, which is completely ambidextrous. It also has the jimping on the back, which is advantageous both in downward pressure as well as forward pressure. So that's good for cutting as well as piercing pressure. There is on the bottom a choil here with jimping. So if you're holding the blade like this, then you've got one more point where you can choke up even further to this point here. See, and you've got that choil there that you can get some extra pressure close up to the blade there. It's flat ground. Very pointed, very, very fine point there. Oh, I like this. Just in case you were wondering, it's made in Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. Because, it could have been Martian made, I mean, you never know. It's good to know that. G10 handle there. It does have a stainless liner inside, at least for part way, and then it is a liner lock knife, of course. Take a look at the ridging on this liner lock if you can. Can you see that? I mean, this knife, this has got some of the sharpest saw teeth I've ever seen on a liner lock. Look at that. They're like, You can see the bristle-like hairs of it. And that's, I mean, that really gives you a good grip on that liner lock. That's really, that's attention to detail there. Good thick slabs of G10. It's open frame construction here, so the dirt and debris will move through the knife, but there is a spacer here at this point that adds rigidity to the knife, to the handle. It's got a pocket clip on it, which is removable, but it is not swappable to you know, anything. It is right hand carry tip down. It does have a lanyard hole with a collar through it. The handles are held together with T6 Torx head screws, which are accessible from both sides. See, the pivot is a T10. Here. That's a full-sized, serious knife, and that would certainly serve well in a military application or any kind of application where you need a good, rugged, dependable knife. That thumb hole was quite an invention. I mean, talk about ambidextrous. There's no thumb stud that can be as ambidextrous as the thumb hole. That's as ambidextrous as it gets. That is the Spyderco Military. Very nice. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you again.